Hi guys, DN Neo here, and we are back with another episode of Project Spotlight. Now, before we get into this episode, I just wanted to explain a little bit why you may have been tagged or mentioned in this video and what Project Spotlight is. So basically, I've been doing Project Spotlight on the channel, for a few years now, and yeah, it's been going good, and it's a passion project, and basically, if you go to the Project Spotlight playlist, there's about a 8-10 minute video. It's the first one in there, and that's got all the information in there. And it's just me running down what Project Spotlight is, what I hope to achieve with Project Spotlight, and why I am doing Project Spotlight. I hope that kind of explains everything. And of course, if you have any further questions, you can go to my links in the About section and talk to me directly, or just leave a comment. Either way, and I hope you will enjoy your Project Spotlight. Let's find out who the spotlight is going to be on. So, it's been a while, guys, since we've done one of these. It's been a while, and I just want to go straight into this. It's another Project Spotlight video, and I am super. I'm always nervous. Okay, I'm always nervous, but it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I am even more nervous because of who we're going to be talking about. Hi guys, my name's DN Neo, and if this video can get 100 likes, I will keep 2 videos a day coming your way. That is what I say. Now today... I'm so sorry. I've always wanted to do that. I'm so sorry. That is not what I say. That is what the person says, or used to say, that we are going to be talking about today. And of course, we are going to be talking about the man, the myth, the legend that is Shady Penguin. I'm super nervous about this one. So, Shady Penguin is a channel that I have been watching since I think, and I apologize if I get this wrong, but since he was making videos in his parents' house, I believe, and on and off, because obviously I started my own YouTube journey, and so on and off, I've been watching Shady Penguin for that long. However long that is. That is how long I've been watching Shady Penguin. And Shady Penguin was one of those channels that I watched that helped me feel like YouTube is something I wanted to do. And Shady Penguin has always been a person or channel, or however you want to say it, that has always helped make me feel safe. Always. Just it's a place that I can go to and I can feel safe. And I think the remarkable thing about Shady Penguin is that, in my eyes, Shady Penguin should be in the millions and millions and millions of subscribers. And I know I think it was about 5 years ago, I think, Shady Penguin basically did a video saying that, look, the channel's kind of... because of the YouTube algorithm at the time... God, I am so nervous. That basically it was never going to rise. And I just thought, you know what? It's like it was one of those moments where I was like, YouTube, anyway, I'm trying to keep this more PG than I've done before because I understand that Shady Penguin he tries to keep it that way, and I'm trying to respect that. But it made me so angry because in my eyes, Shady Penguin has gone above and beyond with YouTube. I've watched some of his streams on Twitch, but I'm gonna be talking more about the YouTube channel because that's what I know. That's what I've watched mainly. So the reason why I think Shady Penguin kind of drew me in, right? I was of the era of YouTube when I was watching a lot where everything was loud and everything was kind of shouting at you, like this, and yes, and like, comment, and subscribe, yes. And I never really bought it. I never really liked it. For whatever reason, I just didn't. Okay, I just didn't. But I can't even remember how I stumbled upon Shady Penguin's channel. That's how long ago it's been. But I did. And I started watching, and Shady Penguin came with this energy that was that, but it was also filled with this, I guess for me, and for what I was watching at the time, this unique, genuine, and humanity behind it. And I was instantly hooked. And I wanted to dive more. You know, it was one of those things where, yes, you can like a channel, or you can like a video game that they're doing, or whatever they're doing on their channel. You can like all of that. But when the person gets you, do you know what I mean? Like, when the person gets you hooked, that's special. I think that's really special, and I think that's something that should be spotlighted more, honestly. But anyway, I digress. So I'm watching Shady Penguin, and years are going by, and I'm watching Shady Penguin, and he's at the time he was only doing Pokemon, and I kind of fell out with Pokemon. Or not fell out, but just I wasn't really interested in it anymore, and I didn't necessarily go back to playing Pokemon, but just seeing him have fun with Pokemon games or doing the kind of tournament style that was going on, or whether it was a ROM hack and seeing what people were doing and seeing kind of what Pokemon could / maybe should be, really filled me up. It really filled me up, and I just couldn't get enough. I just kept watching and kept watching and kept watching, and then when Shady Penguin kind of pivoted and went to the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I kind of dropped off a little bit just because I had issues with that game personally. Nothing to do with Shady Penguin, but anyway, my own feelings towards Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's put it that way. And basically, I think this is the timeline. And then Shady Penguin did Fire Emblem. I can't remember which game. It was the one before Three Houses, and I came back. I think that's the timeline. Maybe it's reverse. I can't remember. But then I saw that Shady Penguin doing a turn-based game, which I love turn-based games, and not winning every single match. And that may seem like a knock, but it wasn't. I saw somebody on the internet, on camera, not winning every single match, not doing every perfect tactic, not knowing every precise perfect move, and this is how you win a battle from turn 1 to turn 30. And I fell back in love and more in love with Shady Penguin and what he does, and I it really kind of captivated me again. And and I can't say this enough, guys. Shady Penguin and you know, his thing, I've never spoken to Shady Penguin. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. So I'm not trying to claim anything that I'm friends or whatever. But Shady Penguin, if you are listening to this, thank you. Because you were one of the channels that inspired me. I know my channel's still low, but I wanted to shine a spotlight on you and also a thank you. Because as much as my YouTube journey has been like banging my head against a brick wall sometimes, you know, I'll go back to your channel and stick on a few videos or a playlist and just listen or watch, and I feel okay again, and it helps. And so I just wanted to make sure it's known. You are making a difference. You are helping. Thank you so much. Personally, I don't want to speak for anybody else. I hope the intro you saw is silly and fun and nothing else. It was all meant with like love and just I've always wanted to say that. It felt amazing. But I do want to also mention something, and I need to be very careful with this out of respect for the tallest penguin on the internet. I can't believe I'm doing this episode. It's crazy. But there was a video. Again, maybe it was the same video that I mentioned 5 years ago, but I think it was about 5 years ago now. And basically, someone had gone on, and again, I'm gonna, for my audience, I'm not usually like this, but I'm gonna be super cagey about this, because I want to show as much respect as I can, but also tell the story. So, please bear with me with this. So, again, I think about 5 years ago, something had happened. I don't want to say any more, I don't want to say any less. Other than, basically, the internet got rocked. And something had happened. And Shady Penguin, after time went by, and that's another thing, didn't immediately just go on the internet and talk about it. He waited. He vanished for a little bit to sort out other things, other interests, and it's all said in this video. And I don't want to even say the title of the video because I don't want, again, I'm trying to be super respectful, but also get the point across. Anyway, so Shady Penguin comes back with this video and basically explains how quite a few things, but also the fact that Shady Penguin didn't want to say stuff about it, but people had kept asking him, and he was still, as much as my very, very tiny, and I'm going to kind of reference the video a little bit now, you know, not even like a quarter of a page that's been torn out of a book. Like, you know, I didn't even have that information about the situation. One, because I didn't really want to know, and it was, you know, it was all over. It set the internet ablaze. And not in a good way. Anyway. And the way Shady Penguin dealt with that, you know, people on my channel know I speak my mind. I say what I want to say. But over the years, I'll go back to that video and watch it, because the level of respect and humanity and double checking himself, do I want to say this? Do I want to reveal this? It is just amazing. And he didn't have to do that, and I don't think that's got anything to do with the, and you guys know on my channel, I hate these sort of words, but branding of Shady Penguin. I don't think that's got anything to do with the branding. I think that's just got to do with the person, the man he is, the man he wants to be. And to me, it solidified even more that actually content creation, I'm not going to so much say YouTuber, but content creation can be so much more and so much more powerful and can really, really be a beacon of humanity rather than a video game. I mean, again, important, but more than a video game, more than, all of that. And I just, I hope I've handled that with respect, sir. Hopefully, directly talking to you now, Shady. I hope you understand why I've mentioned the video I have. I'm not going to tag it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not even going to say the title. And I only said about 5 years ago to kind of reference, so then hopefully it was clear what I was talking about. Anyway, and so yeah, I hope that's okay. And I wanted to say thank you, and I'm definitely more open my mouth and less diplomatic, I guess, than people can be on the internet. But I guess over the years, whenever I want to make a tough video or really kind of let the cannons fire, I go back to that video. And sometimes I still do the video and I'm still as blunt and I'm still as kind of, cannons out. But I just wanted to say a mega thank you for being who you are, for being the YouTuber that you are, for being the content creator you are, and for also being a beacon in that video. And I hope you understand that everything I've said has been nothing but, with admiration and respect and love and I'm a tiny little tadpole in the gigantic ocean that is YouTube. And I love what you do. Thank you so much. And thank you for having that very probably uncomfortable video, but also meant so much for me. And I go back to it and I try and be better. And I try and use that as an example. Thank you so much, everyone. I've been nervous as hell. Shady Penguin, I hope you get to listen to this one day. I hope you'll like the video, and I'm going to get the hell out of here before I have a heart attack. So, yeah. Thank you for listening, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next Project Spotlight.